Hi, how are you? I wanted to cover a little bit about the big news that's come up. I guess it seems big news to me, at least, that Skype is shutting down. And if you've ever used Skype, it marks the end of an era. Um, in this video, I just kind of want to break down why it's happening, a little bit about Skype's history, kind of what led to its decline, and some of the alternatives you should consider. First of all, a little brief history about Skype. The launch and the early success, it was founded back in 2003. And I'd have to say it really revolutionized online calls. I remember, gosh, that's almost 22 years ago now, that I do remember that coming online. It was it came about in 2003, and then about 2011, Microsoft acquired it. They were hoping to get a little bit deeper integration into Windows with Skype. Some competition began to emerge. You had the rise of Zoom, WhatsApp. You've got Teams and Discord. Discord I use a lot for gaming, for example. And I know around the pandemic, there was a big thing about Zoom. Everybody was staying home. They were engaging in online meetings instead of, being in the conference room or being in the office. So Zoom became really huge, especially around the pandemic. Um, and I'd say really what led to the decline of Skype was really the lack of innovation and a lot of shifting of focus to Microsoft Teams. Microsoft really started to put more into the Teams app, which is used quite a bit today in business. So there's not a lot really that's been done with Skype for years. I still have an account. I've had an account almost since the time Skype came out. But honestly, I've used it less and less over the years because there's a lot more things to use. Now, the early development era of Skype, that was like about 2003 to 2005. Skype was originally founded in 2003, like I mentioned. It was by Nicholas Zenström, who is Swedish, and then it was Jonas Friis, I hope I'm getting the names right, Friis, I believe, who is Danish. And the technology behind Skype's peer-to-peer communication, there were some guys that worked on the development of that. There was Adi uh, Hent, I believe, Prit Kasafu, and Jan Tallinn. And these were some of the same Estonian developers that were behind Kasa, which you may have heard of as a popular file sharing program at the time. What really made Skype unique initially was that, unlike a lot of traditional phone services, Skype used voice over internet protocol. It was one of the first places where this was used. Instead of the normal phone lines, we were using VoIP. You've heard of VoIP, voice over internet protocol. Um, and that really helped enable free voice calls between users worldwide. We didn't have the same restrictions on international calling. And the software was very lightweight. It was easy to use. It worked really well, even on slower internet connections, which really made it revolutionary for the time. Some of the key features were that, Skype to Skype calls were free, and users could call landline and mobile phones at some pretty low rates using what was called Skype out. Um, the early growth, there was a lot of early growth. There was a lot of popularity with the app. I remember I really loved it, having the ability to, have a phone number, be able to call out, call landlines, call cell lines. Within the first few months that Skype came out, they had over 1 million users within those first few months. And, by about 2005, it had over 50 million registered users. It was the most popular voice over internet protocol service in the world. And so we're talking like, well, in that matter of 2 years, they went from 1 million people, users in a few months, to over 50 million. And the name Skype in case you don't realize it, but the name Skype actually came from an abbreviation, which was Sky Peer-to-Peer. So you think of a peer-to-peer communications through the sky. That's where they came up with the name Skype. So I'm not sure how many people are familiar with that. It comes up on a trivia game show. You've got it. Now, around 2005 to 2009, there was a little bit of a bump in the road with Skype. In 2005, eBay acquired Skype, and it was for $2.6 billion, dollars, and they were hoping to integrate it into their online marketplace to provide some easier communications between buyers and sellers. However, the plan really didn't work out as they expected, and by about 2009, eBay sold 65% of Skype to a private investment group. Um, and I think yeah, it included the original founders for about $1.9 billion. And they admitted it really wasn't a good fit for their business. So I think eBay kind of realized it wasn't kind of a mistake that they went into that. Now, from about 2006 to 2010, there was really a rise of video calls and mainstream adoption of Skype between that period. 2006, Skype introduced video calling, which became a game changer for long distance communication. By 2010, Skype had over 600 million registered users, making it the dominant VoIP service worldwide. Skype became the go-to platform for long-distance relationships, remote work, and international communications. Um, and really, why is Skype shutting down? As you see, I've got on the screen here the word from Microsoft. It was published February 28th of this year, about a 3-minute read. The next chapter, moving from Skype to Teams. So this is something that they've put out here recently. You may have seen this already, but um, really the reasons that Microsoft is shutting down Skype, and it's right here in the title of this article, but Microsoft really is wanting to focus more on Teams. You had for a time we had Skype for Business. Skype for Business has already been merged into Teams. There's also a declining user base of Skype users. Most users have already migrated to Zoom, which I mentioned during the pandemic. Zoom just became huge. There's also WhatsApp, Discord, etc. There's just a lot of other places to go for these kinds of communications. There's really been a lack of major updates. Microsoft really stopped prioritizing Skype long ago. I actually still have Skype installed on my computer, on my phone. I paid for um, the Skype credit to be able to make phone calls. I had the phone number, but honestly, I don't really use it that much. And now you have this official announcement that came out about the closing, um, which we've got right here on the screen. But really, what's next? I mean, Skype for me, it's kind of Skype was like the big thing for years and years. So, we've got, I think, till May 5th for this to go away. And I understand like that there's a lot of other providers out there now. You've got all these alternatives. You've got Microsoft Teams, which where I work at, Teams is huge. I mean, we use that for all of our inter-office communications. You've got Zoom out there for video calls. I've used that. I'm not very familiar with WhatsApp or I think Telegram. Those are more for casual users. I haven't used those, have no experience. Now, Discord, really, really great for group communications, gaming. I do like Discord for gaming. If you've got a group of guys that are all involved in a game and you want to hurry up and contact the people on your team, Discord is a great way. Right now, I would say what users should do is they should consider migrating their contacts to other platforms. Save your chat history if it's all possible. Um, You know, and I guess for me, my personal thoughts about the whole thing is that, Skype was really kind of a big part of internet history. Um, I I really enjoyed it when it first came out. Those first few years were really great. I got a lot of use out of Skype. But really, times change. Technology changes, and when software is not innovative anymore, there's not changes, there's not upgrades to it. It's really just part of history for the most part at this point. It's a little sad in a way, I would admit it. Um, Tell me what you guys think. I don't know if Skype, depending on your age, you may not even think of Skype at all. Maybe you never even used Skype. Maybe you did, if you're close to my age. But yeah, let me know if you enjoy any discussions like this. Please hit that button, hit that like button, subscribe for more. Let me know what your thoughts are about Skype shutting down. Are you gonna miss it? Let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think. And I look forward to seeing everybody in the next video.